Hello and welcome back. This is Maya Andreasen, and today's video tutorial will be about how to import image planes into Maya. Importing image planes is a really great way to have reference in your scene when you are modeling. So as you can see here, I actually have my completed model, and I also have the image planes to show you what the original character looked like versus the finished character. Let's just turn off a couple things. Show none, and we will show planes, and we will show polygons. There he is. We'll show some nerves, surfaces, and curves. So this is another thing too, and might help your scene be a little bit cleaner, so you can see things a little bit better. So there was a rig underlying, and so there's some funky looking things in the scene. So here's the character, and here are the image planes. And we're going to go over step by step how to import the image planes. All right, we're going to start with a new scene. And we're going to make sure we have our grid showing. That's very important. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our orthographic views. So over here on the left hand side of our interface, right now we're in perspective view, and you can see this little icon here for panel layout, and that's perspective view, and right below it there's for view. And this shows us our top, our perspective, our side, and our front view. And you can see the names at the bottom of each one of the windows. By the way, if you can't see very well with the light gray, you can hit Alt B to scroll through and view different backgrounds that might be easier for you to see. Okay, let's go with blue if we can. Blue doesn't want to show up. It did. There we go. There it is. All right, little glitch in the system. So let's take a look at the images we have initially. So here is my character turnaround. As you can see, it is cleaned up. Part of your assignment is you are going to be creating your own simple original character, and you will need to have orthographic views, at least 3 views, at least a side and a front, and then you can either do a 3/4 or a back. It is up to you. As you can see, the characters are all level, so you want to make sure everything is level, nothing is haphazard, and everything is clean. If your characters are different sizes, if they're all over the place, if it's not cleaned up, then it's not really a good reference for you or for the modeler. And if you're the modeler, you've just made yourself a reference that won't work effectively. All right, so here we have our turnaround file. Now if I go into my project file here under source images, we can see that we have the different views and that I cut them up respectively. So we have a back view, we have a front view, I also inverted it because I found that I could see it a little bit better with white outlines and black background, and we have our side view. You'll also notice that all of these are the same size. So you are going to have to take your different orthographic views and break them into 3 separate files and name them accordingly: front, side, back, or front, side, 3/4, and save them as either JPEGs, Targas, or TIFFs, or even PNGs. Those are all fine. Just make sure they're all the same size. You will then be saving your image files into your source images folder for your project. So you should have a project for this class, a Maya project. Within Maya projects, you will see all of these subfolders, and you want to make sure you saved your image planes into the source images subfolder. That's very important because Maya is going to source any images, whether they be textures or images for image planes, from the source images folder. So now that we have those here, we can start importing them. So I'm going to start with the front, and I'm going to go to View, Image Plane. So you'll see right here at the bottom of the View option in our front window, we have an image plane, and then Import Image. You can also import a movie. We're importing an image. And as you can see, it goes straight to our subfolder for source images because we set our project when we first open the file. So I'm going to go to my front view, and it gives me a preview of what it looks like, which is great. And I'm going to open it up, and there it is. Now I'm going to go to my side view, and I'm going to go to View, Image Plane, Import Image, and I'm going to go to Side View. Now if I wanted to invert it, I would just choose the inverted. All right, so we have imported our image planes, but we have an issue, and that is that the image planes are superimposed on one another, which is not very helpful for us in terms of sculpting. You know, we need the model to be in the middle, and we need our image planes to be off to the side or back. So what we're going to do is, with my side image plane selected, I'm going to hit Control A. Control A takes us into our attribute editor. You can also find the icon for the attribute editor right here. This icon up here in the top right hand corner. It's in between the human IK and our toolbox settings icons. All right, so here is our image plane, and we're going to scroll down to our placement. So right now our image plane is this is X, this is Y, and this is Z. If we look over here at our little axis, we can see that we actually want to move this in the X, and I think I want to move it in the negative, so I'm going to do -10, and that's going to move my side view off to the side -10. How do we know this is negative? Well, if we looked at it through the front view, let's go front, and we see our flat grid, we know that anything off to this side is negative, anything off to this side is positive, and anything below here is negative. So that's how we know that that's negative. All right, so now I'm just going to drag select, and you can see there's a slight green outline when you have selected an image plane. You can select image planes. And I'm going to move this back in the Z. So this is X, this is Y, this is Z, and it's going to be -10. And there you go. If you want to move it back further, you can. We could do -15 for both of them. Gives us a little bit more room. If you want them to move up, you're going to need to move them in the Y. So we can experiment to get them level here. Let's start with the front. We'll go to front view. It looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe up 8. So let's try +8. And there we go. That worked. All right. Let's go back to perspective view. We're going to select the side view and move it up +8. So now they are even with one another, and they are level with the grid. Next thing that I want to show, you can change the scale. So right now the width is 6.370, the height 16.690 is arbitrary numbers. You can make the width and height bigger, and it will maintain the picture's aspect ratio. So if I made this 8, it's going to maintain its aspect ratio. So you can make your images bigger or smaller accordingly. Lastly is how to make our images transparent or keep them opaque. There's several things that we can do. So I have scrolled up in my image plane attributes. I was in placement extras, and now I'm going to scroll up to image plane attributes. Right now the display mode is RGBA. This last A stands for alpha. So if this image had an alpha channel to it, we would see that transparency. Now you could change it to RGB. Nothing will change here. This image doesn't have an alpha channel. So if you want to, you can do that. You can click none, and the image will not be visible. So that's a good way to turn off or turn on the image. You could see it as an outline. Luminance is just like light. Alpha, it doesn't have an alpha channel, but you could just see it, or you can see RGB or RGBA. The next thing you can do is you can make the image plane transparent, and you're going to do that with the color gain. Or is it the alpha gain? Sorry, color gain makes it darker. Alpha gain, makes it lighter. So we are going to bring down the alpha gain, and as you can see at 0 it's transparent, and then as we bring it up it makes it less transparent and then fully opaque. So you can do that with both of these. Both of these will change the alpha gain. Color offset, right now it's black, but that can lighten things up. And of course color gain, you can make it dark. And that there is how you import image planes into Maya. Till next time, bye-bye.